Till now, climate models said that we had another 100 years for temperatures to rise beyond what humans can tolerate. There are now updated climate change projections at hand, and we don't have time. A landmark 4,000-page report by the UN's Climate Science Advisory Panel, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, seen exclusively by AFP before its scheduled release in 2022, says unprecedented, fatal heat waves are coming sooner than we imagined. Hunger, drought, and disease will afflict millions within the next 30 years. My name is Pallavi Prasad, and this story, or rather dire warning, is worthy of all of our time and attention. Simply put, the IPCC report lays out what will happen if global warming continues unchecked and Earth warms by 1.5 degrees Celsius, just 0.4 degrees Celsius above the current global temperature. At least 14% of the world's population will be exposed to searing, unrelenting heat waves once every 5 years. The worst hit will be places that combine high temperatures with high humidity. Experts call this wet bulb temperature, or TW. They say that healthy human adults cannot survive if the TW exceeds 35 degrees Celsius, even in the shade, with an unlimited supply of drinking water. So that puts Mumbai, Manila, Karachi, Kinshasa at extreme risk. Why should you care? Well, 2 heat waves in India and Pakistan that hit 30 degrees Celsius TW in 2015 left more than 4,000 people dead. But ultimately, high heat will destroy more lives indirectly rather than by reaching levels at which the body simply shuts down, the IPCC report suggests. How? Point number 1, vector-borne diseases. Higher temperatures will expand the habitable zones for mosquitoes and other disease-carrying species. Over 50% of the global population will be exposed to vector-borne pathogens such as dengue, yellow fever, and Zika virus by 2050. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we now know the impact will be disproportionately felt in low-income countries. Point number 2, hunger. Higher temperatures will disrupt the water cycle, so reduce crop yields and simultaneous failures of rain-fed crops. Also, declining nutritional values of basic foods. So as a result, 80 million more people will be at the risk of hunger by 2050. Majority of them live in low-income countries of Africa and Southeast Asia. Point number 3, water scarcity. Over 50% of the world is already water insecure. Disruptions to the water cycle, depletion of groundwater, rising sea levels because of melting glaciers and permafrost will make it worse. Between 30 million and 140 million people will likely be internally displaced in Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America by 2050 due to water scarcity, the report says. Up to 75% of heavily tapped groundwater supply, the main source of potable water for 2.5 billion people, could also be disrupted by 2050. Point number 4, extreme weather. Besides the heat waves, flooding, storm surges enhanced by sea level rise threaten more than 40% of coastal nuclear power plants worldwide, and forest fires will increase. Point number 5, economic impact. The increasing temperatures will reduce people's physical ability to work, with much of South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, and parts of Central and South America losing up to 250 working days a year by 2100. A decade ago, scientists believed that limiting global warming to 2 degrees Celsius would be enough to safeguard our future until 2100 at least. That goal is enshrined in the 2015 Paris Agreement adopted by nearly 200 nations who vowed to collectively cap warming at well below 2 degrees Celsius and 1.5 degrees Celsius if possible. On current trends, we're heading for 3 degrees Celsius at best, the IPCC report says, which means a child born today will see one or more of these climate change induced events and impacts before it turns 30. Climate change will fundamentally reshape life on Earth in the coming decades, even if humans can tame planet warming greenhouse gas emissions in the near future. As news of this report spreads, so does the news of clearing of forests in Bakswaha for diamonds and passing of a bill in Brazil that opens up the Amazon for greater industrialization. I'll end on that note. At Newsworthy, we believe that this story is worthy of your time and attention and that you deserve to hear it without any noise. So if you found value in this video, do consider supporting our journalism. The link for that is in our bio or description, depending on where you're seeing this. If you have stayed with me till the end, thank you so much for your time today.